Hello guys and welcome to Race 1, Season 1 of our F1 2017 Career Mode. And today, first race of the season, so it's Australia, it's Melbourne. Qualifying position was not fantastic, just missing out on our objective of 17th, being pipped by our teammates. So all to play for in the race. I think we've got better race pace than we have quali pace, so let's get into the race and see what we can do. Rain,
it's out
joyous.
With the old and in with the new here at Albert Park as we usher in what we hope will be a triumphant new era of Formula One racing. For our drivers though, it's very much business as usual as they look to be first across that line and get their championship off to a winning start. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, all closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy racing surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake, but a couple of good passing opportunities as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turn 1 and turn 3. I'm joined today in the commentary box as I will be throughout this season.
So a Ferrari front row lockout for the first race.
One competitor, former world champion, and dare I say it, all-round top bloke as well. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, and it's gone and rained on us. I imagine that that's not especially helpful for the teams who are still trying to figure out, of course, what kind of performance they're all capable of.
So it looks like Inters.
Thanks for the glowing introduction. I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here. I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, in regards to the weather, you're absolutely right. You know, we've just come here off the back of testing. It's the first opportunity to really gauge where the reliability is, where the performance is, how you stack up against your competitors in the Grand Prix, and now it all has to be kind of put on hold for a bit. So now the question becomes, who can be adaptable? Who has the wet weather pace and who can make best use of these difficult circumstances to come out on top in these conditions?
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one because the wet weather, really has not been our strong point. So
we have Bottas, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, and Massa, Stroll, Verstappen,
Stroll a good quali for his first race. Grosjean doing well in P12. So you want to stick a little bit extra fuel on now. It's going to stick a bit of extra weight on, but I think that seems the sensiblest of options. It's absolutely been dumped off the line by everyone. Nowhere to go. This car is just so light in the rain. Very little confidence, to be fair. Just don't feel like the grip's there at the moment. But we're well up on our starting position. How long we can hold these cars behind us is going to be the real test though. Glad Palmer didn't think to try anything silly there. Car going very light on the exit, rear end very slippy. after a lap in, we're probably a good couple of seconds down on Sainz, 1.75. Hopefully just as we get in a few laps we can start to push a little bit more to get the confidence level up in this weather. I've actually closed the gap a little bit of Chile, but the problem is Sector 3 is quite fast, and obviously the Honda engine being what it is, it's going to hurt us. You can see in the braking we're sort of closing the gap a little bit, but as soon as we hit the straights, Chile's just pulling away, not really bothered by us in any way. Couple of laps in though, starting to look stronger. Really closed that gap into Sainz over the last couple of laps, so even with a slipstream, just not enough power. Don't want to be silly though, want to just try and wait for the opportunity. Probably our best chance is going to be going into the braking in the next corner. I think if we're going to get a decent overtake, it's going to be into turn 1, in sector 1, sorry, which it was. Nice clean overtake. As I say, I always feel that the race pace is my race pace is much better than qualifying. There's a little train here, I reckon that's probably Lance Stroll. Just holding Max up. I'm going to be too far back maybe to make a move on Nico. Maybe just if we can hold the pressure, force a mistake from Hulkenberg. So we've got a light rain for the foreseeable, but at the moment I think that's working in our favour. I think we did slam the door a little bit heavy on Hulkenberg, hence why he's fallen quite far back. I think he had to really pull out where we sort of shot across on the apex. Just show our face there, just make sure Verstappen knows we're here and we mean a bit of business. Try and force him maybe to do a silly overtake on Stroll.
The gap behind us is 1.6 seconds.
Verstappen is not going to be going away. A little bit of wheel bang. I think Max just trying to squeeze the gap. He's going to take the inside line. Just trying to make sure that we give him the room. Little bit of grass, just losing a little bit through the last corner. This is the difference with the engine. Can't squeeze him too much, there weren't enough track there. Little touch of wheels, but I think that was fair racing. It's one thing I have said with this year, that the AI seem very, very punchy this year. Cleverly aggressive, not ridiculous, not silly. Few laps in now and everyone seems to have found their pace, and where Stroll was the guy causing the train, it's now us. We'll try and just force Max to go to the outside. The weather is starting to improve, seen a few better lap times, and I think this is why maybe we're starting to lose a lot of the pace. The other cars are, where the track's starting to dry a bit more. Very late on the brakes, but it gets us the position back over Carlos. Has Hamlin hit a problem? Drop yourself down to 7th place. Seems like he's holding his own. Up there with... No!
Okay, box, box, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Minimal damage to the right wing. We're seeing a significant secondary loss.
What an idiot! We put the pit limiter on way too early. Dang. Getting silly really there with Carlos at our own fault. Cannot blame anyone else but ourselves for that. I don't know if maybe Carlos had a bit of problem, that's why I think that might have been him that come into the pits. I'm sure there was a Toro Rosso there. We've got 13 seconds to Magnussen. Hopefully we can be right on the ball for the crossover. 10 minutes, so what? About 6-7 laps. Very quiet middle stint. Not a lot of excitement going on here at the moment. Actually losing time now to Magnussen. Palmer's got his finger out. We are starting to see the sun come out though. Got Marcus Ericsson in the pits. Staying on the intermediate tyres. So midpoint of the race, and it went from a great start to disaster. Hopefully we can pull this out of the bag. See just how much fuel we've got through, considering we were well over targeted by like a lap. Out safety in front of us. We're trying to do something with this fuel work. Do something with this fuel. Starting to feel like these tyres. These tyres may be due a change more for conditions, I think. The track does start to feel a little bit drier in places. And I think we need to take a gamble. I think it still looks a bit moist around sector 3. That was a nice entry. Looks like Grosjean and that are going. They've come in, they've pitted and stayed on the inters, so. Have we made the right decision? Is this a really silly one? I don't think there's anything to lose, like I say, at this point. A little bit of slippage, but I think we might maybe have jumped a lap too early. Felipe out of the race. Problem is with this being a little bit slippery, what we don't want to do is to burn these tyres out. But we've got plenty of fuel now. Maybe we should have reacted rather than acting first. Oh, Magnussen out of the race. So at least it's getting us closer to our achievement, or our objective, sorry. by finishing last, we're still going to reach our achievement, so... As DRS finally reactivated, we've done about 5-6 laps on these tyres. I'm going to hope that maybe if they're not going to pit, that we're going to see a few more crash out, just because they're going to have so much less grip on the intermediate tyres on what is a really nice and dry track now. For that lean mix, and with still purple sector 1. We've only got one more lap because we're a lap down, so we should have enough fuel in the tank now.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
15 seconds in a lap. I doubt we can do it, but...
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
So Kimi taking the win. At the first race of the season. Which I think Ferrari will be happy with, considering they have had a retirement in the form of Vettel. And we banged the fastest lap of the race.
Happy with that performance.
But no, not a great result. I mean, that incident with Sainz was just a killer. The simples.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable.
Ocon taking 7th.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
Rick not doing a shoey.
So then, it's time to see how
Well, we
this
had a
result
reasonable-
affects the Drivers' Championship.
Jeez, Nando getting in the
Takes
points.
over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I think it's got to be Kimi Raikkonen. He's not always spectacular, but he quietly gets the job done.
Well, that's race 1 of the season over. Could have been better. I mean, at least the retirements keep us on target for our objectives. I suppose that's one thing. Just a bit of frustration there. Obviously, Nando taking some points is going to make life a little bit more tricky pushing forward because he's going to have points on the table. So we need to make sure we get some points in the next race. So we're still losing the rivalry, but only by 1 point. So hopefully we can change this. Our standings dropped massively with every team. I don't really understand why. It wasn't that bad, was it? Probably.
Is this the one?
Indeed it is.
And here we go.
This
So
is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
I'll let him explain what he's going to do.
Quite my car, per se. It's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing than myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral Gs, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. That's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good and, most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. Consider this a formal invitation. See you at the track.
So yeah, this guy's got a garage full of classic cars that he's just going to let us go out and play with. So we'll try the one in the Williams.
It's time for a well-deserved rest from the championship.
We've only had one race, Crofty.
It's winner takes all, so who will emerge on top in this unique challenge?
Okay, so it's a roll and start. Overtake the target number cars before the time runs out. These cars just sound sick. Stop the braking a little bit. Two minutes, 2 overtakes left. Yeah, okay, I'll give it that. Was a dirty overtake.
Steer pressure right. Race has been a penalty. Okay, you need to get that position back. That was an illegal overtake.
That was stupid. Well, at least we got a few extra positions than we needed, albeit that we had that illegal overtake which hurt us a little bit near the end. But fun to go in the 96 Williams. It's a cool little feature added this year. You just need to make sure that it's not too frequent within the season. Only a couple or 3 times I think is all that's needed. You know, obviously you want your main focus to be on the championship, on your career itself. Like I say, these are fun little things, but I don't think you get any resource points for it either. I'm not sure. I haven't in the past, but then I don't think I think this is the first time I've actually passed the session objective, so we'll see. But if it's just a career boost, sort of a career points sort of boost, then who really cares, to be honest? I want to get in, get this Honda engine sorted as best as we can.
Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Superb. So it looks like our R&D stuff has worked. Doesn't always so. We've got increased durability of all power units components as well as the gearbox by 10%. Our powertrain isn't going to really be in place till the following race. We'll take the gearbox wear as well. And we'll go from there. So yeah guys, that's the first race over. Not the greatest start of our career that we wanted, not the greatest start to the season. But we will keep on persevering and we will see what we can come up with at Bahrain. Shanghai. Sorry, I'm a race out. Yeah, so guys, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please smash up that like, smash that subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at 1sgaming and at 1sgaming extra, on Facebook at 1sgaming official, and online at www.1sgaming.co.uk. Cheers guys, bye.